Hello everyone, welcome back to channel US Immigration News. We hope you're doing great. Well, in today's video, we'll be talking about 11 million illegals who would become citizens under a bill that Kamala Harris promoted.
Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel US Immigration News. We hope you're doing great. Well, in today's video, we will be talking about 11 million illegals who would have become citizens under a bill that Kamala Harris promoted. In recent discussions surrounding immigration reform, one of the most significant proposals has been the bill championed by Vice President Kamala Harris, which aimed to provide a pathway to citizenship for approximately 11 million undocumented immigrants in the United States. This video has sparked intense debate, highlighting the complexities of immigration policy, the challenges faced by those living in the shadows, and the political implications of such a sweeping reform. As the country grapples with these issues, the potential impact of this bill could reshape not only the lives of millions, but also the future of immigration in America. If you are interested in this, so to get all the information, pay attention and watch the video through to the end. Please hit like and subscribe, and don't forget to push the notification bell for an upcoming video. So without any further delay, let's jump into the video. VP Harris touted the U.S. Citizenship Act of 2021 in her interview with Fox News. Brett Baier, Vice President Kamala Harris, touted an immigration bill from 2021 as evidence that she and President Biden worked to strengthen U.S. immigration policies ahead of the migrant crisis that has rocked the U.S. in the last 3.5 years. A review of the bill, however, shows it would have paved the way to citizenship for millions of illegal immigrants. At the beginning of our administration, within practically hours of taking the oath, the first bill that we offered Congress before we worked on infrastructure, before the Inflation Reduction Act, before the CHIPS and Science Act, before the Bipartisan Safer Communities Act, the first bill, practically within hours of taking the oath, was a bill to fix our immigration system, Harris said when speaking with Fox News' Brett Baier last week in her first interview with Fox News since Biden dropped out of the presidential race in July and Harris ascended to the top of the Democratic ticket. Yes, ma'am. It was called the U.S. Citizenship Act of 2021, Baier responded, which Baier described as essentially a pathway to citizenship, what Vice President Harris left out about Biden admin's role in border crisis, a timeline. Exactly, Harris responded before Baier began to say that the bill was essentially a pathway to citizenship. Harris's response came after Baier grilled the VP on the Biden-Harris administration reversing Trump border policies upon their inauguration in 2021, including a Trump policy that required illegal immigrants to be detained while awaiting asylum hearings. Baier asked Harris if she regrets terminating the Trump-era Remain in Mexico policy in light of illegal immigrant males who have allegedly committed ghastly crimes such as murder in the U.S. under the administration. J.D. Vance calls out Kamala Harris' bizarre answers to Brett Baier, something pathological going on. On Biden and Harris' first day in office in 2021, the president sent Congress a piece of legislation touted as one that would restore humanity and American values to our immigration system. The U.S. Citizenship Act of 2021 was never enacted, dying in Congress instead, and detailed that in addition to modernizing the U.S. immigration system, it explicitly detailed it would provide pathways to citizenship, strengthen labor protections. Kamala Harris asserts her presidency will not be a continuation of Biden's. As Democrats in Congress unveiled the bill in February of that year, the White House estimated that up to 11 million illegal immigrants could earn citizenship through an 8-year plan, including those deported under the Trump administration. Fox News Digital reported at the time, applicants must be physically present in the United States on or before January 1, 2021. The Secretary of the Department of Homeland Security may waive the presence requirement for those deported on or after January 20, 2017, who were physically present for at least 3 years before removal for family unity and other humanitarian purposes. Lastly, the bill further recognizes America as a nation of immigrants by changing the word alien to non-citizen in our immigration laws, the White House's fact sheet for the bill stated. Other items in the bill included granting immediate eligibility for green cards to farm workers, temporary protected status recipients, and deferred action for childhood arrivals recipients. It would have also opened up legal pathways to immigration by expanding the controversial green card lottery from $55,000 a year to $80,000 a year to $80,000 a year, and exempting children and spouses from visa cap numbers. Conservatives in Congress slammed the legislation as an amnesty bill that would not only fail to bolster immigration laws, but encourage people to illegally cross into the U.S. Kamala Harris repeatedly pivots to Trump when grilled on immigration record in Fox News interview. Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell, RK, called it a massive proposal for blanket amnesty that would gut enforcement of American laws while creating huge new incentives for people to rush here illegally at the same time. Marco Rubio, R. Florida, who was part of the 2013 Gang of Eight, brushed the legislation off as a non-starter. Harris was grilled about her immigration policies during her interview with Baier, frequently dodging the questions by responding with criticisms of former President Trump. Dems to introduce Biden-backed immigration bill includes citizenship path for millions of illegal immigrants. Beyer kicked off the interview Wednesday by asking Harris how many illegal immigrants were released by the Biden administration into the country. "Well, we are glad you raised the issue of immigration because we agree with you," Harris responded. "It is a topic of discussion that people want to rightly have. And you know what we are going to talk about, but just a number," Beyer pressed. "Do you think it's 1 million? 3 million? As the conversation around immigration reform continues, the bill promoted by Kamala Harris remains a focal point in the quest for a fair and humane approach to the challenges facing undocumented immigrants. With 11 million individuals on the brink of potentially achieving citizenship, the stakes have never been higher. The outcome of this debate could significantly influence the political landscape and the moral fabric of the nation, prompting further examination of how the U.S. addresses immigration and the values that underpin its policies. That is all for today in this video. What are your thoughts on this? Please let us know in the comments section below. Thanks for watching the entire video. Hopefully the information is useful to you. See you later in the next video. Till then, take care.
In a recent interview with Fox News, Brad Beyer, Vice President Kamala, has defended the U.S. Citizenship Act of 2021, highlighting it as a cornerstone of the Biden administration immigration policy. Harris emphasized that addressing immigration was a priority from the outset of her and President Biden's tenure, presenting the act as an early legislative initiative. She recalled that the bill was introduced almost immediately after they took office, stating that the first bill that was offered Congress was a bill to fix our immigration system. This legislation aimed at to modernize the immigration process and provide a pathway to citizenship for millions of undocumented immigrants, a point that Beyer reiterated during the interview. However, the act has been a contentious topic, particularly in the light of ongoing migrant crisis that has challenged U.S. immigration system over the past few years. While Harris maintained that the bill represented a humane approach to immigration, critics pointed out its implications. Beyer pressed Harris on the consequences of Biden administration reversal of several Trump-era policies, including the Remain in Mexico policy, which required that asylum seekers stay in Mexico while their claims were processed. When confronted about the potential for criminal activity among undocumented immigrants, Harris pivoted to criticizing former President Trump, a tactic she employed throughout the interview when asked about the administration's immigration record. The U.S. Citizenship Act of 2021 proposed to pave the way for citizenship for up to 11 million undocumented immigrants through an 8-year plan. It included provisions that would allow individuals who were physically present in the U.S. as of January 1, 2021 to apply for citizenship, with certain waivers for those deported under Trump-era policies. Additionally, the bill sought to eliminate the term alien from immigration laws, replacing it with non-citizen, and aimed to grant immediate green card eligibility to specific groups, including farm workers and recipients of temporary protected status, and deferred action for childhood arrivals. Despite the bill's intentions, it faced significant opposition from Republican lawmakers who criticized it as an amnesty program that could weaken enforcement of immigration laws and incentivize illegal crossings. Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell referred to the proposal as a massive proposal for blanket amnesty, while Senator Marco Rubio dismissed it as a non-starter. As discussions about immigration reform continue, the U.S. Citizenship Act of 2021 stands at the center of a heated debate about how to address the challenges posed by undocumented immigrants. With millions potentially as on the cusp of citizenship, the political ramification of this issue was profound, highlighting the complexities of immigration policy in America and the underlying values that guide it.